Hi guys, Ashley here, also known as Ashley Fan. I'm back today with another video, and this video will be on Once You Hear Unpopular Opinions, Part 2. I've already made a previous one of this. If you haven't watched it, please find it and listen to those opinions. And let me know in the comments if I'm just repeating myself on some of these unpopular opinions. But if I mention the same opinions that I mentioned in the first video, it must be because I really believe in those opinions. So just don't get mad. And another thing too, this is just my opinions. I respect people's opinions if they're not stupid. How about that? So if you respect my opinions, and I will give off basic facts that I can, if you just watch the show in general, you should know these opinions are very valid and very logical. So let's get into opinion number one. Hillary Burton was the best actress. I said it. After rewatching the show, Hillary was acting circles around Bethany and Sophie. I just don't think Bethany or Sophie, like, they were good. Don't get me wrong. We all know Sophia can. We all know Sophia Bush can act. We all know that Sophia gave everything to her Brooke character. We know it. I think Bethany was good too, but the writers didn't give her enough consistent storylines for me to keep seeing that fire. I constantly saw the fire in Hillary and Sophie, but I really saw the fire in Hillary. Hillary ate up her painting scenes. It didn't matter if it was sad, angry, happy. She really ate up her painting scenes. I'm talking about every human emotion. Hillary did her job when it came to Peyton. Peyton was just such an interesting character. She had so much things in her head, and like, she was just so interesting. Like, I honestly feel like Peyton was really an interesting character. And Hillary really just gave it all. Like, her acting scenes are really great. Like, I mean it. After I go back and watch the show, I really just feel like Hillary was the best actress. Like I said, it don't matter what scene it was. I just always feel like she ate her character up. And I don't think she ever got like lazy or out of touch for her character. I just feel like she always knew how to make the audience care more about Peyton and how to get behind Peyton. And I feel like with Sophie and Bethany, like towards the end of the show, you could tell they were kind of like overplaying these characters. Like, you can tell they were like really just done. Like, they didn't want to play them anymore. And you can see that within their acting scenes. Like, it seemed like they're just not trying anymore. And I feel like in Hillary's last season, she was still good, unlike them. Coming in number two, season 3 is still the best season of the whole fucking show. This season is the best season. Don't tell me any other season is better than season 3, because it is not. Season 3 is the best season in the whole show. This season is so good from start to finish. The storylines, the character developments, everything from the good moments to the sad moments, everything in this season is phenomenal. So that's not play. Coming number 4, Lucas and Peyton still have the best love story, and I will stand on this. Don't add me. I will stand on this. Everything from this relationship, everything from about this love story was layered. It was layered. It had its good moments. It had its bad moments. I love the fact that they put friendship first before their feelings, and I also love the fact that the writers didn't just have them uh like not date anybody else. They had them date other people, and they just realized that they always just have feelings for each other. And I just feel like that's just so beautiful. Like, and they just, all their scenes are just really good. Like, I really love Lucas and Peyton's scenes. I think they have, Hillary and Chad have amazing chemistry. Electrifical, gravitational, whatever you want to call it. It's that type of chemistry. Chemistry that you know that it just didn't work with any other actress that or actor that they ever been paired up with. I never felt like her and Jake had chemistry, but it wasn't gravitational. It was cute. Like, yeah, they're cute, but it ain't nothing special. Him and Brooke, they were cute, but it wasn't anything special. This connection, this chemistry, this was something special. And the writers, they knew that, and they couldn't pass up on it. So they knew what they had to do, and they knew it was going to be Lathan. This is going to be Lathan until the end of time. And that's what we got, and I'm absolutely happy about it, because they deserved each other. I honestly feel like they were meant for each other. They were soulmates. They understood each other. They were both barely into the same stuff. I just feel like they were it for each other. And I love Lucas and Peyton to the end of time. That would be one of my favorite OTPs. Coming number five, Peyton and Jake were not in game. They just weren't. I feel like people who ship them are people who are bitter because Lucas and Peyton end up together. But it's like you had to see that coming from the first episode. Like, how many times people are gonna keep saying it? Chad said it, Hillary said it, even Sophie and Bethany said it. Like they all said that you can see this coming from the pilot. We just had to wait for that. And I was okay with that because I don't like seeing rushed love stories. I like seeing layered love stories. And theirs is very layered. I just don't think her and Jake were in game. Jake had a lot on his plate. He didn't have no job. He was a high school dropout. He was always running out of. He was always like on the run to get away from Nikki because he didn't want her to take his baby away, Jenny. And it was just like he had a lot on his plate. I just don't think Peyton should be around that. I just feel like let him be a dad. But I understand people who feel like they were cute. I thought they were cute too, but I don't think they were in game. Honestly, don't even think that Alicia like. I don't even think that even would have been a like. If the writers would have had made them in game, I honestly probably would have had stopped watching the show entirely if that was to happen. The same thing about Lucas and Brooke. If they would have been in game, I probably would have stopped watching the show because no way in hell should those two ships be in game. We all know it. We all know it. So I would just say stop being bitter because the best thing happened at the end of the show. So, coming number six, Brooke should have ended up with Chase. I honestly thought they were cute. I probably would have loved to see more of them. I thought they were cute, her and Chase and everything. Uh, yeah, that's really all I have to say. They were really cute. I honestly just hate Brooke with Julian. I honestly feel like they could have had did anyone but Julian. Anyone but Julian. And no, I'm not talking about Lucas. People want to still have that hope. No, not Lucas. Anyone but Julian. Not Owen, somebody. They could have given Brooke a real love interest. Because her and Julian, that entire love story, that was so fast and so forced. They had no chemistry. The actors had no chemistry. They didn't bring anything special. The writers didn't do anything special for them as a relationship. I was just kind of over it. So, I honestly wish she would have just ended up with Chase. I probably could have had bought into this over her and Julian. Okay, coming number eight. High School Nayely was way better than Adult Nayely. I think everybody can agree. I love High School Nayely. Like seasons 1 through 4 Nayely is the best Nayely. That's where they have the best moments, the best everything. Now Adult Nayely, they have their moments, but it just feels like the writers just forgot about what made them special to begin with. It's like they gave up on their storylines. People, I often hear people say that they didn't have chemistry towards the end of the show. I absolutely disagree with that. I feel like Bethany and Jeffrey had still had that amazing chemistry. It just felt like the writers gave up on them. Like Adult Nayely was just not that interesting to me. The only two seasons where they were interesting was 5 and 6. But then after that, they became like side characters, and like they didn't really like have no real storylines focused on them. They tried in season 7 with with that stupid storyline, and it just didn't work. And I absolutely do not remember shit with them in season 8. All I know is that Haley had another kid, and then Nathan got kidnapped in season 9. Like just dumb storylines. Not her getting pregnant, but like just him getting kidnapped. Just a dumb storyline. Just so dumb. It was just stupid. And the storyline in season 7 was just stupid. I just couldn't. You couldn't convince me that Nathan was cheating. I'm sorry. No. And the Nanny Carey storyline was stupid too. But I only I wish they didn't even do that. I wish they would have had just focused on Nathan's comeback in season 5, and him and Haley slowly getting back to where they were before everything went to shit. The Nanny Carey thing was just absolutely ridiculous. I definitely agree with fans. When I look back at that storyline, I think it was ridiculous. But I'm not upset about it. I do think it was ridiculous, but I'm not mad about it. I'll take I'll take that storyline over the lady lying about Nathan getting her pregnant in season 7. I'll take that. Coming in at number 9, Rachel and Skills should have been main characters. And I'm gonna throw Jake in there too. I feel like all 3 of these characters should have been main characters over Mouth. Mouth was so boring. I absolutely hated his arc about him just getting his heart broken. I just hated that arc. I just feel like it was just the same thing with him. And it was like, I feel bad for him, but like, he's just so whiny and like, ugh. It's like, shut up. Shut up. Like, why do you care so much about dating? Like, it's just so pathetic. It's so pathetic. I feel like Rachel, Skills, and Jake should have been main characters. I feel like Jake had main character written all over him. I honestly feel like they could have made him a main character in the first 2 seasons, and then they could have written him off after, when he left in season 2. They could have written him off, and like he could have been when he had that special guest episode in season 3 with Peyton. They could have did that, but I definitely think Rachel and Skills should have been main characters. I feel like Skills, he never complained about hanging out with the white kids. Nobody was racist. Like, he just would have been a really interesting character. Oh, he dated Bevan. They were in racial couple. Like, that could have been interesting. They could have done shit with that. But they didn't. But I still like Skills. I thought he was funny. I loved his dynamic with Jamie. He was such a cool uncle. I really love Skills. I wish the writers would have given him a little bit more. Now, Rachel. I absolutely love Rachel. I love her and Brooke's friendship. I absolutely love their dynamic. I just wish Rachel would have stayed. I wish they would have had just made her a main cat. Well, actually, she did become a main character. She was in the intro for season 4, but I wish she would have had stayed longer. Like, I wish she was in. I wish she was in seasons 5, 6, all the way to the end. I wish Rachel was here. I didn't really understand her storyline in season 7. I didn't know what the fuck that was about, but I understand why the actress left. I just wish they would have had just made her a main character because I really love Rachel. Coming in number 10, and any character storyline was ridiculous. I kind of just explained this. Honestly, feel like everything about this storyline from start to finish was just ridiculous. Now that I'm older, I wish they would have had just focus on Nathan's comeback. That's it. That's the sentence. Okay, our last one. I'm going to do in the first 11, guys. The first 11. Dan still didn't deserve a redemption arc. I'm sorry. It's like no matter how many times I watch the show back, I'm sorry. I'm not Dan's biggest fan. I really wish. Listen. Uh, Even I'm saying this, and I can't believe I'm saying this. I loved his dynamic with Jamie. I did like the idea that Jamie gave Dan a chance. I thought that was cute. He wants to know his grandfather. But Dan, I honestly feel like everything he's done, everything that he done to these characters just goes unforgivable. Dan really digged himself in a 6 feet deep grave, and I feel like the writers giving him an opportunity to get out of it just really, really shakes me up. I feel like some things in life there's some things in life that when people do to you that is just unforgivable. And I understand that, and sometimes forgiveness isn't just about forgiving them, it's about you. I know people say that sounds ridiculous, but no, it's about whether or not if you can forgive it. And you shouldn't be shamed because you can't forgive it. You shouldn't be called bitter because you can't. Because there's just some things in life that you just don't forgive people for. And I feel like the shit that Dan did, you just can't forgive him for that. He's done a lot of terrible shit to not all the characters, but to some of them. And he took away Keith. And I can't get that out of my head. I feel like I have TV show PTSD because of what he did to Keith. He shot his own brother in cold blood without thinking twice. He knew that Keith would go in there. He planned it out, and he shot him. He took Keith away from Lucas and Karen. You want me to think that this guy deserves a redemption arc? How about this with that storyline? With Dan getting a redemption arc, I'll say this. Kiss my ass. I will never, ever, ever forgive this character. And the fact that the writers gave him a redemption arc and some fans, not a lot of them, I think it's a 50-50 split with these fans. Some of them, I honestly think that he deserved it. I didn't cry when Dan died. If anything, I was thinking good riddance. So, the writers can kiss my ass with that because I didn't believe any second of it. So, that's how I feel. I don't think Dan deserves a redemption arc. But if you think he does, I would say F you too, because no. Well, those are my One Tree Hill unpopular opinions. Look out for part 2 of this very soon. Part 2 has, I made 20 of these, so expect the last of these to be in the part 2 video. Well, part 3 video. Sorry. So yeah, thanks for watching. Live life and love yourself, and have a great day.